is greater than 1 means the damping coefficient of the damping factor is greater than 1. So what is damping factor? It is the ratio of the damping factor,
Damping coefficient.
This is C upon 60. C is greater than the CE, critical damping coefficient. If the damping coefficient is greater than the critical damping coefficient, so we will analyze it mathematically and reach to the conclusion how the system will come to the rest and how the vibrations dies out in our damping system, how it will be. So second point is that the damping is very large in overdamp system. The name itself is indicating it's overdamp, means damping is more than sufficient. So damping is very large. Now we have already solved in our previous lecture the two roots of S1 and S2 from the differential equation. The roots were minus zeta plus zeta square minus 1 into omega, and similarly the value of S. Moreover, in the step for the solution for the differential equation was a into e raised to power s1t and b into e raised to power s2t. We have already done it. Now put the values of s1 and s2, this value of s1 over here, and similarly value of s2 over here in this equation. Step number 4. So by putting this value, we get the equation number 1, x equal to a into e raised to power the value of s1 into omega n, plus similarly b into e raised to power value of s2 into omega n t. That is equation number 1. This is how the equation number 1 becomes. From this equation, the problem is that we do not know the values of a and b. They are constant. So we have to find out the values of a and b by applying the initial conditions. Initial conditions means when the time is 0. The system initializes at the time is 0. When the time is 0, the amplitude x will be equal to the x naught. Obviously, the system will be stationary at that moment. There is no movement in the system at all. So if there is no movement in the system and the time is initializing and time is 0, so at that time the velocity will be 0 or the velocity is 0. That is quite clear. So if at x equal to x naught, t equal to t naught, so x dot will be equal to 0. So x dot is taken as the velocity, you know that. Now next part is the differentiating equation number 1. We have equation number 1, this one. We will differentiate this equation with respect to time so as to find out x dot. Because we have to apply the conditions at t equal to 0, initial conditions to x and x dot. So we have the value of x, so we need to find out the value of x dot so that we may be able to apply the initial conditions to that so as to find out the values of a and b. Now we are differentiating this equation with respect to time. So if I differentiate this equation, a is constant, a as it is. So this value t का जितना भी quotient है that comes downward, omega and this much is coming downward into e raised to power e as it is. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, b मेरा ऐसे और यहाँ से नीचे से आ जाएगा ये वाला जो पोर्शन है, ये t का जो पोर्शन है ये ऊपर की तरफ नीचे आ जाएगा और e वाला मेरा पोर्शन ऐसे बच जाएगा. So that is quite clear. Clear or not? So let us see. This becomes question number 2. This is x dot. Now I must come to the point number 11. Applying t equal to 0 means initial conditions to x and x dot. X is your equation number 1 and x dot is your equation number 2. So x dot by applying this equation number 1. If I apply it to equation number 1, if time equal to 0, t equal to 0, this whole term becomes as a 1, e raised to power 0, that is 1. Similarly, this is also e raised to power 0, 1, and x becomes equal to x dot. So the equation 1 becomes x dot will be equal to a plus b. Similarly, we are applying the initial conditions to x dot, means the equation number 2. So this is equation number 2. If I apply this t equal to 0 to equation number 2, so at t equal to 0, x dot equal to 0, and the equation becomes like this. So this is equation number 4. From equation number 3 and 4, by comparing equation 0 3 and 4, find the value of A and B. By comparing 3 and 4, the value of A becomes as this much. Zeta plus zeta square minus 1 upon 2 root of zeta square minus 1 into x naught. Similarly, B equal to minus zeta plus root of zeta square minus 1 upon 2 into root of zeta square minus 1 into x naught. So we have been successful in obtaining the two values of the constants, constant A and constant B like that. Now we will put both the values of A and B in equation number 1. So we have the equation number 1 because this is our solution of the differential equation. So we will be putting the value of A and B over here. By putting the value of A and B over here, so this becomes the solution. X equal to this one and x equal to this one. We have simply put the values of A and B in step number, in equation number 1. Now, so this is the complete solution for the overdamped system in which zeta is greater than 1. Point number 1. Second thing, we will be drawing the graph for that. Since you can very well do it from the S1 value, see the value of S1 and S2, both the values are negative. Both the values are negative. It means the system is overdamped and so this is the graph of damping. This is the graph of damping. So this is yellow line B. This shows the B portion, means this portion, and this shows the A portion, means this portion. It has been categorized into two portions, portion number 1 and portion number 2. This is A portion upper side and this B portion is the lower side. Because it is negative in nature, so this is in positive in nature. So this was the overall overdamped system. In an overdamped system, what happens? The system comes to the initial position very fast. It comes to its original position or the equilibrium position in a very fast, like in a door closer. You open the door and it comes back to the original position very fast. The damping is very high. So this is the case of the overdamped system. Now we will be studying the case of the critically damped system. Let us see. In case of a critically damped system, the zeta will be equal to 1. In a critically damped system, zeta is greater than 1, so we will be finding out the values of S1 and S2. If I put the values of zeta equal to 1 in this value, we have the values of S1 and S2. We know the values of S1 and S2. If I put zeta equal to 1, see what comes. S1 and S2 becomes equal to omega n if zeta equal to 1. I am putting the value of zeta equal to 1 over here in case of S1 and S2, and I obtain that S1 and S2 becomes as minus omega n. So since the S1 and S2 are real and equal, so the solution for the differential equation in this case will be different as compared to the overdamped system. So the solution will be different. So x will be equal to a into e raised to power s1t plus b into t into e raised to power s1t. So this is the main point to remember in this case. Please remember. This is the main point. The solution to the general solution to the differential equation becomes somewhat different as compared to the overdamped system. In this case, a t has been multiplied with b over here. Now, put the value of S1 and S2 in equation number 1. So this is equation number 1 over here. We are putting minus S1 का value minus omega n. Similarly S2 का value minus omega n put कर देंगे. So we will be obtaining this equation x equal to a into e raised to power minus omega n t plus b into t into minus omega n t. We have put the value of S1 and S2 in equation number 1. So the equation becomes, we are taking e raised to power minus omega n t as a common, minus omega n t as a common. And by taking this common, and this becomes equation number 2. Now, we will be applying the initial conditions same as that of the overdamped system. We had applied the initial conditions to x and x dot. So we don't have x dot in this case. We have to find out that x dot. So let me jump to the step number 6. I am differentiating this equation, means by equation number 2. I am differentiating equation number 2 with respect to time. So see the step number 6. We are differentiating the equation number 2 with respect to time we get. So after differentiation I get this much b into e raised to power minus omega t minus A into omega n into minus omega n into t. So this becomes the equation number 3. Now I will apply the initial conditions to both x and x4. I have both the equations. Equation number 3 as well as the equation number 2. I have to apply the initial conditions to both the equations. First of all, at t equal to 0, x0 will be equal to, if I apply the equation, if apply t equal to 0 over here. If t equal to 0, this becomes 1 complete, and this becomes 0. So x0 will be equal to a. So x0 will be equal to a for equation number 1. Similarly, at equation number 3, you are applying the boundary conditions, or initial condition. If you are applying the initial condition at t equal to 0, x dot equal to 0. So this is 0 and t equal to 0, this becomes 1. This means here this is b minus, if t equal to 0, this is a into, if t equal to 0, this becomes 1 into omega. So this becomes for equation number 2. I have already mentioned it so that you may be able to remember it. So to what equation we are applying the boundary condition? From both the equations we can also write t equal to a into omega n. And x0 equal to a. This is the solution. Now, if a equal to x0, so we are putting the value of a as x0 over a. So a obtain b equal to x0 into omega. Put the value of a and b. So since we have been successful in obtaining the values of a and b, that is the ultimate motive. We simply put it in equation number 2. So this is the general solution of the differential equation. Put the value of a and b in this one, and we will be able to make the equation general solution for a critically damped system. For a critically damped system, the graph will be like that. The vibrations are on the upward side, and they will die out in this fashion. They will die out in this fashion, and during that, the amplitude of the system will be in this way. It will follow this graph. It will follow this graph, and the equation will be as the time increases. As the time increases, the vibration is dying out. So this is today's lecture, and we have covered both the things. In the tomorrow's lecture, we will be covering if zeta is less than